As the lead flight test pilot, I'm responsible for ensuring
Xwing Caravan clear for takeoff.
In 2022.
Xwing Caravan Conquer ground, runway 1 left, taxi via Gulf.
3, 2, 1.
Xwing Caravan clear for takeoff.
Autonomous flight technology pioneer Xwing is looking to take a leap forward.
A technology that could transform the business of flight in every part of the country.
Making aviation history with its demonstration of the first autonomous gate-to-gate flight with a commercial cargo aircraft.
The company hopes to begin commercial freight operations in 2022.
Just got back from a fully autonomous flight with Xwing. It felt like a normal flight. It wasn't scary at all.
On our approach in the Xwing plane, the computer kept us on a perfect glide path to the runway.
It's a one-click solution. You select an airport, pick the appropriate runway, build a flight plan and a trajectory to get there, and execute that.
It could be the beginning of a new industry that makes affordable deliveries to small, overlooked airports all over the country. Suddenly, thousands of small U.S. airports could be shipping hubs.
Xwing has control.
My background has been mostly in robotics, and I've been always really interested and excited about coupling mechanical systems with electronics and software and creating these complex systems that can accomplish tasks that you might not think possible. One thing that the Detect and Avoid team is working on now is validating and verifying the algorithms used for avoiding other aircraft in airspace. We use large-scale simulations where we simulate the aircraft and then simulate other traffic around our own aircraft. At Xwing, we get to collaborate very closely with each other, and it's kind of pulling from a wide background. Aerospace engineers from some of the top companies, but then we also have software engineers from the leading tech companies. If there's a problem that you're trying to tackle, you get to pull from the best of all of the teams back.
I'm very fortunate to have worked on a lot of different applications and controls. Vertical takeoff and landing aircraft, hypersonic glider, a large-scale, long-endurance unmanned aircraft. I even worked on self-driving cars and self-driving semi-trucks. And I believe that Xwing is expanding autonomous flight to the larger scale aircraft. I've done flying robots for over 20 years. And Xwing was the first time that I was able to sit inside and fly in it. Being able to experience it firsthand is a really eye-opening experience as a designer of how this machine behaves. We're great fun to work with. We're all really passionate about this project. We have a lot of fun together.
I found out about Xwing from Craig Millard, the lead flight test engineer. I was really excited to continue the work that I had done with the optionally piloted Cessna, similar to the Xwing Caravan, and bring my background and experience to Xwing. As the lead flight test pilot, I'm responsible for ensuring that we safely plan and execute all ground and flight tests. I also work closely with the software engineering team to design the mission control center and the remote pilot interface. I really enjoy that we're developing new technology. One example of that is the Detect and Avoid system. Flight testing that system to confirm that the aircraft can detect as well as execute an automatic avoidance maneuver is very rewarding. A great teammate at Xwing is someone that's open-minded and bring a fresh set of eyes into the unique environment. I think it's awesome that we're trying to redefine the standard in aviation and trying to bring autonomy to general aviation and to the aircraft.
I got into the space of fun, weird things that fly as the founding chief operating officer of Terra Fugia back in the early 2000s. When Xwing really started to mature their technology to the point where they needed to be considering certification and that strategy, I jumped in initially in a consulting role, and it sort of grew into a little bit more of a leadership role. As regulatory lead, I'm responsible for figuring out our certification strategy and how we're going to approach a really wide variety of both airworthiness certification and operational requirements. So how do we certify the technology? How do we operate the technology in the airspace? All of those things. At Xwing, I feel like there's this great sort of acceptance of each of us on the team as whole people instead of just as like our little technical niche. And that's something that I really enjoy about working with the company and working with the leadership team here.